Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is finally the day that we're going to be going over all three of those new godly crafted swords, and in this video I'm going to be covering them in order, in my opinion, from worst to best. What I would rank as the worst sword of the three is going to be in fact the exuberant sword. So first off, this is also really funny because the sword's glitched right now. Basically the sword collides with things. Normally a sword would go straight through this statue. Okay, well, that was a great choice. The sword would normally go straight through the tree. As you can see, I'm hitting it. I literally fell over. If I put on solest, all I have to do is that, and we're good. So that's kind of funny. Anyways, it does 4,005,000 damage, and basically you get increased HP regen. It goes to 5%, which is actually very powerful, and your attack bonus goes up by 0.8% of the user's max HP. So here's the thing with this. If you put this on, you're immediately probably thinking like, you want to put on all your health stuff, and then that might add up to a lot of bonus damage. However, the max health in the game currently is 98.5 million. I have max pet, max tiered pet gem, all that stuff. If you do the math, it doesn't equal enough damage to make exuberance base damage actually do more than solest. So in fact, it is worse than solest. So overall, not great. However, you do get the HP regen. So let's talk about that a little bit. As you can see in this footage, when I am taking on the Realm of Shadow boss, I am pretty much at full HP the entire time, even if I'm getting hit. You get a lot of health with this thing, and plus its utility being health damage based kind of makes it nice because you are always running maximum health, therefore you're not at risk of being harmed. Overall, out of all the swords, this is definitely the worst just because it's pretty lacking. I think it should be based on 2% of your health, because then it would be better than solest and it might become viable. Now, the second best of the three, in my opinion, is going to be the True Guardian. So it does 4,500,000 damage, which is very good. It's actually the highest of the three new swords, and what happens is when a user is under a shield, your damage is increased by 50%. So basically you want to use Safeguard. Safeguard is basically like another weaker calamity that you can put on yourself. So we're going to use Flame God as an example, acceleration divider. So with the nothing on, it does a total of 9.53 billion, which is a lot of damage. However, when we add the Safeguard, as you will see here in a second, it is going to do a lot more damage. Please critical. Thank you. 14.3 billion. So basically, it's another version of Calamity that you can put on, and plus, it actually stacks with Calamity itself. So you can do Safeguard, Calamity, and then Acceleration Divider, and boom, 28.16 billion damage. So overall, I would say this is a lot better than the other sword, because with this, you do end up doing more damage than you would with solest. And actually, with this setup, it isn't a bad idea to use this sword as a tank. If you're a huge support player and don't like offense, and using True Neutral, the full health get up, and like, let's just say you are a dedicated protector player, you're using the egg rune, you're going to be using this a lot on everybody, and therefore you're going to end up using it on yourself as well. Now, I know a lot of the players who are going to be protectors who are shielding the players a lot aren't necessarily going for damage, but this could help them get a lot of damage. Now, please correct me down below, but I am pretty dang sure that if I am a protector and I put this shield on other players, it doesn't give them the 50% damage boost. Correct me down below, but in this video, I am assuming that is so. I just don't know, but that wouldn't make sense to me. Anyways, overall, it basically just gives you a second calamity. As you can see in this footage against the EOT first boss, it is pretty useful because it makes going in for attacks very safe. So you can replace your calamity with the Safeguard. You're sacrificing a little bit of offense for a lot more defense while still getting a bit of offense. Overall, it's a little bit better of a move for doing a very risky raid like EOT is on hardcore soloing. So that's pretty useful. So the final sword, there's really no argument here. This is the best of the new swords. Everyone should get this. It is called Inferno. So Inferno is absolutely ridiculous. Its base damage is 3.9 million, and basically what happens is if the user's health goes to 0, they become a flame elemental. So essentially, well, you can't just reset. What happens is if you die, like for example, EOT, I got a very good example of this. If you die, you become a flame elemental, and all the hits that you seem to be taking don't seem to harm you for about 30 seconds, and there is a 60-second cooldown on this feature. The reason why this is so absolutely busted is because you can use Havoc at the same time. So what I did to show off just how stupid the damage can get with the sword is I let the first boss of EOT kill me, then I pop Havoc, and just look at his health melt away. The gear I'm using is obviously the Inferno Sword, and then a Gauntlet, and then Binded. Those are the items I'm using with the, of course, otherworldly power armor. And with that gear and a max pet and all that stuff, you can become such a broken player now in this game. It is kind of crazy, especially because they raised the attack cap to 500,000. So with that on top of these new insane swords, on top of everything else, you can become crazy powerful. But anyways, I kind of digress. As you guys can see, clearly this is the best sword. It just is basically giving you a better version of Havoc that you can also use with Havoc and Calamity and other buffs like Lure and stuff from Party Rune. So yeah, Inferno's the best sword in the game. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Also, comment down below if you want to see any challenges with these swords, and subscribe for more. Bye.